Thank you, Father. As Father said, my name is Kevin Boyle, and I am an associate here at Shield. I'm also a faculty member over at Northwestern. I teach in the history department at Northwestern. And every single class that I teach, I start on the first day exactly the same way. Every class, I say to them that Northwestern has all sorts of opportunities that it offers its students. And they're great opportunities, but the core of Northwestern, the thing that Northwestern has to offer you, is the extraordinary power of ideas. Every single class you take at Northwestern, the great classes you take, the utterly mediocre classes like mine that you take, we're going to offer you the power of ideas. But all we can do is offer them. It's up to you whether to accept our offer. But if you do, if you take up that offer of ideas, those ideas will transform you. And in my time coming to Shield, I've come to think about Shield in much the same way. As you just heard, there's all sorts of opportunities at Shield. But the core of what Shield has to offer is the extraordinary power of faith and of works. But all it can do is offer it. And it's up to us whether or not we want to accept that offer. This is the slightly embarrassing bit, because Pope Francis has asked us to be stewards of the earth. So I have to admit to you now, I live 3 blocks from another Catholic church. I could walk to that church in a couple of minutes. But every Sunday morning, I get in my car, I drive right by the church to come here. And I do that in large part because of the students. Because I find it incredibly inspiring, moving, to watch the students, some of whom are a couple of weeks away from home or a couple of years away from home, as they work through shaping their spiritual lives, as they work through shaping their moral lives, as they shape their sense of the world right here at Shield. Now, here's the dark secret. Turns out that doesn't stop when you finish college. I have been out of college a really, really long time. And I am still trying to shape my spiritual world, my moral life. And way more times than I would care to admit, I don't do a great job of it. But I know it would be way harder if I didn't have Shield to fall back on. I'm not going to ask you today for a greater financial contribution to Shield than you're already making. I'd ask you to give what you can, but especially to my fellow associates, I'm not going to ask you to give more, because the truth is, a lot of you are giving a lot more than I am. And it just somehow doesn't feel right for me to make that plea to you. So instead, what I really want to do is I just want to thank Shield for that offer that it's held out to me, that it's held out to all of us, and for the extraordinary possibility of transformation that that offer carries. Here, now, if only we're willing to accept it. Thank you, Father, for letting me come today.